So much has happened at Harvard since 1636, it's almost impossible to be first anymore. But today I congratulate all of you, and especially our new members and our reunion classes, on being the first alumni to attend an annual meeting of the Harvard Alumni Association online. It's a dubious distinction, but here we are, more than 400,000 alumni strong, in almost every country on the planet and every continent save Antarctica. Well, actually, my guess is that if we looked really hard, we'd probably find a Harvard-trained scientist even down there. Those who made this gathering possible for us could not have dreamed it. I think of John Quincy Adams bemoaning foul and stormy weather as he and his contemporaries met for the first time to contemplate a Harvard made stronger by her sons and eventually her daughters. For those people gathered in a circuit court chamber in Boston, this Harvard, our Harvard, was unimaginable. Yet we have them to thank for envisioning a future in which the graduates of the university support her aspirations and guide her carefully and wisely into great uncertainty. In every age, we've succeeded in that work, and this age is no different. When the pandemic spread around the globe and swallowed almost all of what we knew as normal, you rose to meet the challenge of the day, eager to help this community in whatever ways you could. Your creativity, your urgency, your resolve were unmatched. When our students found themselves back at home, some with poor internet connections or no spaces to call their own, you were there with the wherewithal to provide bandwidth and workspace, making it possible for your successors to succeed. When our teaching hospitals found themselves in short supply of critical personal protective equipment, you were there with connections and resources that put tons, literally tons, of gloves, gowns, masks, and shields into the hands of people caring for the most vulnerable among us. And when our institution found itself in the midst of one of the most severe financial challenges since the Great Depression, you were there with record-breaking support, the most current use gifts we've ever received in a single year. This, of course, all happened as you were doing the phenomenal work that you usually do for Harvard. Tens of thousands of admissions interviews, countless connections with new graduates seeking jobs, and millions of hours of service in causes and communities that are literally helping to repair our world. I have never, ever been prouder to be part of our great university, and I have never, ever been more convinced of the power of higher education. The pandemic has underscored that we can do more when we do it together, be it as alumni or as institutions. And I'm deeply committed to preserving and strengthening connections between and among Harvard and the world's great colleges and universities. For the past year, I've watched with awe as members of our community and partners throughout the region, across the United States, and around the world have worked to meet the challenges of the pandemic, to speed progress towards freedoms that so many of us once took for granted. Two of the vaccines now in use, Johnson & Johnson and Moderna, had their origins in Harvard labs. We have people working on the front lines and saving lives as they change the landscapes of medicine with science in a state of near constant evolution. We have people seeking to understand how humanity has responded to and coped with the disease, from newborn infants to elderly folks and everyone in between. And we have people reaching out to others across time and space, across difference, to find a way forward that can improve our lives in the process. There's perhaps no better example of this than the Massachusetts Consortium on Pathogen Readiness, or MassCPR, a Harvard-based initiative that has taken on an outsized role in the fight against COVID-19. Established at Harvard Medical School in March of last year, Mass CPR has connected and supported hundreds of scientists and clinicians from Harvard, MIT, BU, Tufts, the University of Massachusetts, as well as local biomedical research institutes, biotech companies, and academic medical centers. They're joined by collaborators at the Guangzhou Institute of Respiratory Health and Tsinghua University in China, and others from Germany, India, Italy, the list goes on. The goal is to get us out of this pandemic and better prepared for the next one. By now, we are all aware of the costs of a slow response to a global crisis. Preserving and protecting lives and livelihoods around the world requires collaboration around the world. We now have all the tools we need to be anywhere at any time. The work ahead requires a recommitment to creating and strengthening the bonds of admiration and aspiration that make international teamwork possible. I look forward with hope to what our university will contribute to that effort. Harvard has taught me so much throughout my life, but it's been throughout this year, in the midst of incredible pain and suffering, that I've learned something about the institution that only calamity could reveal. We, the living embodiments of this special place, guide the university carefully and wisely into uncertainty through our actions. Harvard is the work we share throughout the world. Harvard is our best effort, even at our worst moment. We are Harvard together, through calm and through storm. And we are working, alumni and friends, students, faculty, researchers, and staff, to address the greatest challenges facing humanity. When we meet next year, the pandemic will, I hope with lots of hard work and a bit of luck, be behind us. But climate change will still be with us. Inequality will still be with us. Injustice will still be with us. In each of these areas, and as in so many others, Harvard is advancing knowledge and speeding progress with unmatched creativity, urgency, and resolve. I'm honored to be here today to mark the passing of an extraordinary year with all of you. My thanks again to President John West for his leadership of this august body. And my thanks as well to Kevin Young, Harvard College class of 1992, and the Andrew W. Mellon Director of the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture, for joining us today and for being our inaugural online speaker. Thank you all again for being here, such as here is. To each and every one of you, thank you and Godspeed.